Welcome to this Windows and Computer channel, and this is the Tech News Update. We are Tuesday, August the 14th, 2018. And today, in our Tech News Update, we have AMD Ryzen 2 processors that are now available worldwide. So the Ryzen 2 Threadripper processors were only available in certain markets. And it's kind of interesting to see that now it's available everywhere. And that Intel took the effort this week to announce that, you know what, or at least the rumors that the 9th generation of their processors will come sooner. We always thought it would be in 2019, but the 8th core 9th gen CPUs seem that they'll be coming on October the 1st. And that reminds me of a, long time ago when AMD came in and that Intel was forced to make better processors suddenly thanks to competition. Are we there again? Ericsson is investing in the US market, and the reason why, it's hoping that 5G networks will get a big boost and actually deploy faster than what it's looking right now. One of the things for sure is that one of the first 5G networks will be available later this year, and there's a lot of talk about how this needs to really progress at a much faster speed. We were talking in one of the tech news about how China seems to be deploying and will be deploying it much faster than the United States. Well, pressure is mounting over the increased number of competing platforms, like Twitch, for example. So YouTube has decided to pay some of its top YouTubers hundreds of dollars to promote Twitch-like services on YouTube. So basically, they are going towards the gamers, and they're saying, hey, don't move away, stay here. And of course, by having the top gamers, the top YouTubers stay on the platform, it of course makes people want to stay on YouTube. A flaw in a protocol that is available in many IoT devices is actually making the news because, according to McAfee Security, the bedside monitoring devices that we have and that shows the vital sign information when you're at the hospital can be hacked into quite easily, and all the information can be actually falsified or just change whatever, and they could basically just display wrong information that could up to some point have some medical implications that could be fatal, including having doctors prescribe new medications because of some kind of false information, or just alert the medical personnel falsely about some kind of alarm. And it's getting more and more interesting and scary to think that a lot of medical stuff is actually hackable. Well, a new encryption rules in Australia is causing a little of a stir for the big companies like Facebook, Google, and WhatsApp. Law enforcement will actually be able, according to the new regulations, to ask any of these companies to decrypt content that they want to have access to. That means the police can go to Facebook or WhatsApp or Google and say, well, that information that's encrypted on this part of the device or on Messenger, well, we want to have access, so you got to give us access. That means they will need to find a way to actually have a possibility of decrypting, which right now is kind of a difficult thing. So this will have probably some implications elsewhere around the world. Well, in a what is basically a new Defense Act that was actually put in enforced, basically, Huawei and ZTE are banned from use by U.S. governments and U.S. government employees, and that means that these are going to be okay for consumers. We had ZTE that was completely banned, but now they're coming back. But still, these two Chinese companies are really, really far, and they are just getting basically really bad information of possible Chinese spying and all of these things. So anyways, we'll see what's going to happen with that. Well, if you're a Mac user, a interesting demonstration from hackers at DEF CON have shown that basically it's easy to bypass the security warnings on a Mac screen because there's something called synthetic clicking. Synthetic clicking is actually lines of codes that are able to click for you a dialog box without you even noticing it, because it can happen so fast that you barely will see maybe something just flashing on the screen, and already it will have allowed malware, for example, to actually infect your Mac computer. And the proof of concept was actually shown that it does work. You know, these little pop-ups are there to kind of warn you that something is trying to modify some information. And this is, you know, there to try to protect you in some way. A FCC, basically, they kind of tried to kill subsidies in cities and rural areas, including what we call tribal land in the United States, because what's happening is that there's a subsidy for small internet service providers and for poor people that could be up to a $25 subsidy in, you know, phone lines and internet access, to give the possibility of poor people to have access to the phone, internet, and, you know, just vital emergency services. Well, the FCC has been trying to kill this. Well, the court said, nope, you cannot kill this, as some ISPs were able to actually show that this could be vital in some areas, and that the FCC cannot prevent this from happening. According to a survey, you know, we were talking this week about IT pros that are kind of mad at Windows as a service and 2 updates a year. Well, according to a survey, Windows as a service that was introduced with Windows 10 might, of course, be a nightmare for some IT pros, but it also says there are some benefits in keeping the operating system up to date the way Microsoft is doing it, with the latest software and hardware support. But of course, it needs to be done in the right way. And finally, as this news bulletin will be posted online, Patch Tuesday will be upon us. That means there will be Windows updates and there will be security updates. So of course, this means that we will be checking out what's available in these updates, and we will be checking out what is basically fixed in here. So that means today, at some point, it will be a good idea to update your system to make it safe. Of course, some of these updates might also have to do with some bug fixes, but anyways, we will have a video just a little later on with all the details of what's in here. This was the Tech News Update for Tuesday, August 14th, 2018. You enjoy our videos, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Thank you for watching.